Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the manager create. I guess it's an improvement over last year. Is my head really that small? Hello and welcome to part 1 of my Football Manager 17 Beta save with Liverpool. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have our first game of the Premier League season at home against Crystal Palace. But before we get into any of that, we've got transfers ahoy, and anyone who's been watching my final Football Manager 16 series, the Milan mission, will recognise a few of these lads who've come in. We've got some of the Milan alumni. Now, I know I've spent a lot of money. We only had £40 million to spend, but I've done it Kev style. We've stuck them all on the Never Never. They're on 4-year monthly payment jobbies. Realistically, we're probably only going to do 2 seasons of this save before the full game comes out and we get started with Gainsborough Trinity. So we're only paying half price for them, so cut these fees in half. So, signing number 1, Alessio Romagnoli, 21-year-old Italian centre-back from AC Milan. We've paid £34 million for him, but as I've just explained, it's only £17 million. We're only paying half, which is awesome. He's bags of potential. He's officially only the 4th best centre-back at the club, but we have an injury crisis with our centre-backs at the moment, so we needed to bring central defenders in. We know he's good. He comes in. He's had a great season at AC Milan. We've just seen him have 5 great seasons for AC Milan in FM17, so why wouldn't we sign him? He seemed like the obvious choice, and as with every version of Football Manager I play, I'm only signing players that come up in my scout reports, and these two came up right at the start. The initial report thing said squad depth, all right, but we need centre-back, left-back, goalkeeper. Here's your best centre-back, here's your best left-back. It was these two, plus a goalkeeper. So the left-back, Mattia De Sciglio, also from AC Milan, 23-year-old Italian international, 26 caps already, can play left-back or right-back. We'll probably play him left-back most of the time because he's no better than Nathaniel Klein at right-back, but he's probably better than Moreno at left-back. So he's going to come in able to provide competition on both sides and realistically will probably become our permanent left-back. And then the possible curveball. We signed him because it wouldn't be a transfer window if Liverpool didn't give loads of money to Southampton, and this seemed like the best Southampton option. It was him or Ward-Prowse were the 2 Southampton options, and we needed a keeper. So we've massively overpaid for Fraser Forster, £28 million. But remember, it's only £14 million, half price rules. So Fraser Forster comes in from Southampton, England international, hopefully will establish himself as England number 1 during his time at the club. On the way out, lots of loan players plus Thiago Ilori because I've never heard of him. As far as the rest of the squad goes, it's looking pretty good. We've got where's our shiny new squad depth thing that we have on here? I quite like this screen. This is quite snazzy. This is the squad depth one. This is what we're looking at. So the one area where I would have liked to bring in another player if I could was up front. I'm not entirely confident in Daniel Sturridge. Luan was available, but we haven't got any money left. We've already spent double our transfer budget. So we've got Sturridge with Firmino and Origi, Ings as backup up front. I mean, we've got lots of players who can play up front. Not many proper out-and-out strikers, certainly not as lone strikers anyway. I think we're really strong in the attacking midfield areas. Coutinho, Wijnaldum, Lallana, Firmino, Mane, loads of players who can play there. Central midfield, again, Henderson, Emre Can, Milner, lots of players there. Now we've got the 2 new guys in from Milan. I think our defence is looking pretty good as well. Moreno and De Sciglio to battle it out at left back. Klein and De Sciglio to battle it out at right back. We've got Little Gomez in there as well, who's just recovered from his damaged cruciate ligaments. And Emre Can can provide cover in the defensive areas too. And then Sacco, Klavan, Lovren, Romagnoli, Matip, loads of players who can play centre-back for us. And Fraser Forster coming in ahead of Mignolet and Karius as our goalkeeper. Finance-wise, we're basically skint now, and we've spent all our money. We've almost maxed out our wage budget as well. There's still plenty of money in the bank. I've not looked at the projection yet. Projection's not disastrous. Our pre-season expectations are that we finish in a Europa League qualification position, which I think is top 5, top 6, which I think is doable. I would like to think we've got a chance at going for a Champions League spot, but obviously a lot of that depends on how we do in these early games. And we're playing Crystal Palace today, and this is the team that we're playing. Go away, advice. We don't want your advice. The tactic should look very familiar to you all. It is the AC Milan tactic that we were using at the end of FM16. I imagine it's going to need some tweaks as we go, but we'll start off with this and tweak it as required, hopefully. I mean, it's looked all right in pre-season in the friendlies. Hopefully it will carry on looking good into today's game against Palace. It's a little bit of a shame that in addition to the defenders who were already out injured, with Sacco and Karius, Lucas Leiva's still injured as well. Emre Can's picked up an injury in pre-season, so the central midfield's a little lighter than I would have liked, but we've still got decent strength in depth there, I think. So Fraser Forster in goal, a back four of Moreno, Romagnoli, Lovren and Klein. De Chilio might have had a good shout for playing, but Moreno's closer to match fitness, and with Romagnoli already not being great on match fitness, I didn't want two not really match fit players playing alongside each other at the back, so De Chilio will get his chance sooner rather than later. Lallana and Henderson in central midfield, with Coutinho, Firmino and Mane in behind Daniel Sturridge. I think that looks like a blooming good team. Hopefully that will come true and we'll beat Crystal Palace. That's the plan anyway. Talking of plans, the plans for FM17. Oh, that was seamless. Why ruin it by commenting on it? Just let them admire the seamlessness of it. That was good. Whoever wrote that was good. What's all this? Who's Joe Ledley? Does he play for us or them? I don't even know. We're focusing on us. We don't need to risk him. He's still injured, isn't he? Go away. So plans for this. What's the time now? As I record this, it's already 8:20 on the Tuesday. I've spent longer faffing and installing logo packs and stuff than I probably intended to. So whether this comes out on the Tuesday or the Wednesday, I guess depends on how long it takes to render once I've finished with the editing. So it might be that this is already out on Wednesday, in which case we're just back into our normal 4 p.m. every day release schedule. So that's what you need to be looking at every day, 4 o'clock here. Liverpool, Beta, Let's Play, save thing. Firmino's look good there. That was a nice little passage of football. I enjoyed that. And we're going to do at least 2 seasons on this. It's going to take us through to the full release of the game when we'll start something a little bit different. If you're new to the channel, welcome along. How did you find us? Presumably by searching FM17, but let us know down in the comments if you're new and what you think of things so far. We've just hit the crossbar. That was very pleasant. And it's very nice to have you along. If on the odd chance, some kind of chance, if this has come out on the Tuesday night though, we've got to do the whole like thing that YouTubers do because it's trendy. So if we get to 200 likes before 11 o'clock Tuesday night, we'll do another episode out today. Obviously, if this has come out on Wednesday, you failed to get to 200 likes by last night. Oh, Fraser Forster has just been beaten at the near post by Christian Benteke, and presumably his first goal away from Liverpool since moving from us over the summer. I mean, to be honest, the system we play, I'd quite like to have him. He'd fit in nicely to the way I like to set up to play. I'd rather have him than Sturridge, and that's a nice finish actually. I blamed Forster initially, but he got a hand to it, and it was hit with such power that we didn't really have much way to defend that. The problem is we're not looking particularly impressive at all so far. We're 15 minutes in. We've only had one shot, not really created anything else. What can we do from here? Moreno tries to cross, but it doesn't. He succeeded in crossing, but didn't succeed in finding any of our players. And Palace are coming at us again. And there's lots of names I recognise in this Crystal Palace team. They're not the pushovers you'd like to think they are these days, apparently. Right, Henderson finds Klein to Lallana. Lallana playing very, very deep today. Needs must. Like I say, crisis in midfield and at centre-back for us, injury-wise. Coutinho tries a shot and really probably should have been trying to slot that through to Sturridge. Sturridge is probably one of my big question marks. I'm not sure whether how he's going to do as a complete forward, whether he ends up playing maybe in the Coutinho position, move Coutinho into the middle, push Firmino further forward. That's something I've got sort of potting around in the back of my mind. Like I say, I would have liked to bring in a Kev kind of striker over the summer, but alas, it was not to be. Right, Coutinho with the free kick now. Doesn't quite beat the last man. Lovren was hovering, and that was just poor. I don't really know what he was trying to do there. Initial thoughts of Football Manager 17. It looks pretty. I still need to tweak with some of the settings a little bit to make it look a little bit prettier, I think. I've noticed Prozone is missing. Did we know about that before? It's been replaced by Stats, which as far as I know isn't a brand name. I guess that's the Football Manager version of it. They've established the Prozone tech under the hood works, and presumably it's the same stuff this year. The folk who use that will probably tell you all about it. if you are new, you'll get used to me. I don't bother myself with stuff like statistics and all that. We do it more on feel round these parts. Right, Coutinho can't find Mane, and it's bobbling around all over the place. Someone needs to just get their foot on the ball and take control of this a little bit. I would expect that man to be Firmino. He's supposed to be our playmaker, but really we're struggling to assert ourselves on this game at the moment. Henderson finds Lallana to Coutinho to Sturridge. This is nice. Moreno, and I think that was a shot from Coutinho forcing a save out of their keeper, and that was better from us. More of that, please. We actually looked like a little bit like a proper Liverpool team there, and that was good. What's not so good is we're going in 1-0 down at half-time in our first game. And what is this kilometres business? We'll have no kilometres here. How do we... Can we... I'll fix that before you're back again, because I can't live in... We're not faffing around in Australia here. Oh, goodness me. Right. What do we do to change the game? If it's still sat like this in 10-15 minutes time, we need to have a think, because we're not looking good. I mean, we look acceptable, I guess, at the moment. It would be nice to have a little bit more about us going forward. We don't look disastrous at the back, bearing in mind it's kind of a thrown together back four, new goalkeeper, new centre back, not really our first choice in many of these positions. Ron McNally's really badly beaten there. Oh, I mean, him and Forster have combined, that's 60 to 65 million pounds off a player. And Ron McNally should be winning that header. And Benteke just turns. And again, has beaten Forster at the near post. That's twice now. And yeah, he's justifiably quite happy with that. And this is not looking like a great start to my Liverpool career. That being said, I never have a great start to any career. It takes time to get used to these things. Tactics-wise, we're using an FM16 tactic here. It's probably not going to work in 17. It's going to need tweaking along the way. The only reason we're using it is because the assistant manager said 4-2-3-1 was the way to go with Liverpool. And I thought, 4-2-3-1, you say? I have a little experience with that. Allow me to show you a tactic. Sturridge nearly scores. Coutinho does. We're back in the game, everybody. Philip Coutinho scoring from a sort of bubbly rebound from the keeper after the initial shot from Sturridge. It's a nice cross from Klein. Sturridge does well with a reflex shot, and Coutinho tucks it in from a rather tight angle. It's not over yet, boys and girls. Henderson now, what can he do? Finds Lallana. Klein now with another chance to cross. Again, that's a tasty little cross from Nathaniel Klein. We've got a corner. It would be lovely to get back into it here. I mean, this would be like 2 goals in 3 or 4 minutes. And that is a nice way to wrestle the control of the game back away from a team. Firmino now to Henderson. Can he smash it in? Oh, it would have been nice. Would have been lovely to grab a goal there. Looking at the stats, by the way, we're being mugged at the moment. We're all familiar with the Football Manager mugging. We've had 2 clear-cut chances. They've had none. So obviously we're losing because the game doesn't want us to find it too easy at the start. Mane now finds Sturridge. Sturridge was in a great position there. That's our 3rd clear-cut chance. This is an extraordinary mugging at the moment. The only thing that encourages me a little bit is the fact that we are the better team. Even if we don't win today, we're playing better now. We've had 3 clear-cut chances. We're controlling possession. We've had more chances. On another day, and maybe with another striker, I'd be enjoying myself, I think. It's just the fact that Benteke's playing out of his skin because he wants to show us that we never should have sold him. Not that it was my decision. I'd have kept you, Christian. Would you like to come back? I'll swap you for Daniel Sturridge. That's poor from Coutinho. That's the second time there's just been a really poor pass from Philip Coutinho. We'll forgive him a little bit because obviously he scored, but I'm not only going to forgive him so long if he keeps playing poor passes. He's supposed to be one of our creative hubs. I know we're not playing him as the playmaker, and I probably would like to get him into that position somehow. I'm thinking probably moving Firmino further forward might be the way to do that, but I don't know. Would I be mad to drop Daniel Sturridge when he's our big England international top goal scorer kind of guy? And to be honest, he's Daniel Sturridge. I'm not going to have to drop him, am I? He's going to be injured most of the season like he usually is. Right, Lovren, can we get a break on him? He's not really the man we'd want to be breaking, and it's a poor pass. And now with Lovren out of position, Palace can come back at us. And without having Emre Can or Lucas in there, we don't have that crunching midfield tackler. Lallana, though, steps in and makes the tackle. Why on earth not? Adam Lallana has become a ball-winning midfield player. Right, let's make some changes. Sturridge, you're coming off. Do I push Firmino further forward? I think that's what I am going to do. And we're going to put Coutinho there. And we're going to bring Wijnaldum on. or Origi. In fact, if we're bringing Origi on anyway, we may as well just do this. Because Origi is a proper complete forward. So we'll do that. We'll take Lallana off, bring James Milner on. Oh, is that the best we've got to change a game? James Milner. Goodness me. Desperate times at Liverpool Football Club. Right, we've got 20 minutes. I'd be happy with a draw. It's the first game of the season. I'd be happy just to get an equaliser now. I'm going to be sad if we get mugged in our first game. But a mugging is looking increasingly likely. We've got 10 minutes left. What have we got? Who have we got? How can we change this game? Firmino, Mane. Right, let's bring Wijnaldum on. But do I want Wijnaldum there, or do I want Coutinho in? We'll leave Wijnaldum there because he looks like he wants to do it. And bless his cotton socks, he's quite good, isn't he? Or at least he was for Newcastle at times last year. Right, Henderson to Origi to Firmino. That's our fourth clear-cut chance of the game. I have faith this tactic will come good. I'll probably have changed it by the next episode in a rage because it just wasn't working. But at the moment, we've controlled possession to a point. We've had 4 clear-cut chances. They've only had 1. Once we get a proper settled defence and learn to score goals, we're looking like we've got the basics of a decent team. So I don't think we need to panic just yet. How patient are Liverpool fans? Are they going to accept this? Right, Coutinho forces the corner. Probably should have done a little bit better. Origi was lurking. Coutinho's taking the corner himself. It comes in, tries to find Romagnoli. It doesn't quite get there. And now Klein to Lovren. And I think we're just going to run out of time, aren't we? We've got stronger as the game's gone on. That's a positive. We're really desperately trying to clutch at some positives from a poor result for the first game. We won't say a poor performance yet. Obviously, if you have too many more poor results, performances no longer matter, and it just becomes about getting points on the board. Origi, can we just have one last lurch forward? We've got players over here. Mane, what can he do? He finds Coutinho, and we've got the equaliser. Philip Coutinho with his second goal of the game. It's 2-2. I said I'd settle for a draw. I will settle for this. This will do, and Klein is instrumental in this again, finds Mane, and that's a good cross from Mane, and Coutinho just nods in. Towering header at the back post. I hear that's what Coutinho's known for. I tell you what, we've got 3 minutes, and we've got our tails up here. We've had 5 clear-cut chances now. We've got 3 minutes. Can we grab a winner? It would be no less than we deserve, looking at the stats. Right, Origi to Wijnaldum. Out to Mane. Can he beat his man? This is a tired Palace defence. He does, but doesn't beat the first man with the cross. And we are running out of time now. How many more chances have we got? Henderson wastes that. That was just poor. Goodness me. And we really are out of time now. And if they score here, it's going to be my first vomit of FM17. But I hope we're getting away with it. But they've got the ball back. Whistle. Whistle, everybody. Are we whistling? Whistle along with me. Come on, I can't whistle. I'm relying on you lot to do it for me. For goodness sake, somebody whistle. Referee, ideally. Moreno does quite well there, and we finish 2-2. Not a disaster. Not perfect. It'll do, I guess. And hopefully we'll improve from here. So, what's time now? It might be out today if I edit really quickly. How many sniffles and ers did I do? Are we going to edit this quickly? Stop waffling and start editing. Okay. The attitude I get from some of these people around here. As I said before, if it does make it out on Tuesday, 200 likes, we'll get another one out on Tuesday as well, as long as it's before my bedtime. If you are new to the channel, say hello down in the comments. I really hope you've enjoyed what we've done there. Please pop a subscribe on there. Like I say, it's daily Football Manager 17 content, 4 o'clock every day. There's some FIFA 17 stuff thrown in as well, so plenty of football goodness for you. And I just hope you enjoy it. Would love to hear your feedback down in the comments. Those of you who've been around for a while, though, let's all say it together. The traditional Lollujo outro. Are we ready? On the 3. 1, 2, 3. If you've enjoyed that, please pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.